This session talks about this empowering the rural people through telecenters. Because I am in government, so I will give an overview and the thought process behind this Indian version of the telecenter that is called Common Services Center. We all recognize that 720 million people in the rural India, they have to be informed. Information brings knowledge, knowledge brings empowerment, and empowerment brings the ability for choice, choosing the livelihood. That's most important aspect of the empowerment. In 2003, there were around 10 to 12,000 telecenters were working in India with different type of motives. Drishti Foundation, Tara Heart, Enlog, fully commercial ITC Chopal, very successful one. Then there are eShakti and like that. So we wanted to keep very much focus on the empowerment of the rural citizen, which is the theme of this session. And we wanted to draft this CSC scheme, Common Services Center scheme, taking care of all these aspects of the rural empowerment. We knew that gender equity is a problem. We knew the caste problem is very prevalent in India. We knew that economic divide is very prominent in rural India. But we also understood that the rural society is also stratified. You cannot have a single line. One side you give it all haves, and another side you give have-nots. So you can always develop a basket of services for the rural people, which will address the requirements of the several strata of the rural society. If I can tell you, except our friends from Egypt, we are all in India. But I wanted to recollect here that when we were doing this, writing the guidelines, then we were trying to see there is in villages of India, we have large landholding peoples in one extreme, and another is the very poor people. So obviously their requirement of services will be different. While large landholding peoples may ask for openings for their children, what are the employment opportunity, even the matrimonial in outside their village to another similarly rich people, or maybe emailing to their distant relatives, entertainment, while the poor people who are in the below poverty level, they will ask information about what are the government schemes are available, what are the different subsidies are available. So this example I am only elaborating to understand, to make you really acknowledging the different type of requirements of the rural India. Then second point we wanted to say, and another point I wanted to say, somebody asked at that moment, do you think that if a common services center is being managed by a low caste people, the high caste people will come and take the services? It's very senior people asked me when we are proposing. Then I had only one answer in a roundabout way. I said, Madam, I'll come back to you with a good answer. Let me get some data about these public call offices established in village side, which is managed by the poor people as per the scheme, whether the rich people are not taking their services. In my point itself, the answer was there. I have never heard, and anybody in this room also never heard, that anybody questions the social status of the PCO owner before taking the service of PCO. So that was the strength of our scheme. We knew that if there is a value proposition for every strata of the society, then we are going to be successful. And to this point, I can inform you, and here Ranveer is here, who is holding 25,000 CSCs in the country, not a single case where the CSC services are not being taken because CSC owner is slightly in the lower in the strata of the society. So that's the point. The second point we wanted to say, rural empowerment towards, that CSC operators should actually behave like a change agent of the society. It's not only a cyber cafe in the village. It should actually go deep into the community requirement. A study should be carried out. What is the need of the community? And you have to arrange your basket of services accordingly. I'm not very satisfied personally whether this is getting fulfilled as of now. But there are reasons. I will come after 2 minutes on that. So that was another point. Make the VLE, village level entrepreneur, we call them in the scheme, that operator, is going to be really a change agent in the society. He will not only get into that what is the requirement of the village community, he should be innovative, he should get into a futuristic mode to develop the services, so on and so forth. So they have to do a sort of reconnaissance survey in the area. They may have to do certain things about the heritage protection, revive the old traditions of the culture of society around, things like that. The other point we wanted to say, because some of the SCAs are here, and because Amod is another speaker, how much I do not know, the SCAs are fulfilling. We wanted the SCAs to do little bit of community development as a CSR. We wanted the service center agency, that is the middle layer of our scheme. Service center agencies will be actually operating on the operators. So service center agencies are 14 in number in our country, 14 or 16 in number in our country, who are managing the 100,000 telecenters, who are supposed to manage. In some cases, some rebiddings are going on. So that is another point we wanted to say. The SCAs should do the work of a community developer. That is in the scheme. But I have no hesitation to say that this needs a lot of capacity building for the people concerned. Not only SCA should get themselves trained in the whole process, village level operators are also to be trained, to be put full capacity. Somehow, in my personal opinion, that is not happening at the desired level. Because I personal experience from some of the CSCs around the country, I have seen that village level operator is actually making a good amount of revenue. In Indian rupees, it is 5,000 to 6,000 rupees per month, which is not very bad. If you convert into dollar, it may be around $120 per month. But in the village level, it is good, because a person who was not much or maybe zero is earning 6,000, putting a contribution to the family, because in the village there is a joint family. So every person contributes, it will be a good thing. And most of the people will have some land or other. At least they don't purchase those grams or rice, etc. So they have to purchase the kerosene, fuel, oil for cooking, things like that. So I have found them, though they are maintaining 6,000 rupees of the revenue, but they are not aware what is the main occupation of that area. It is my personal experience. I have asked village operator, do you know that what are the main occupation of this area? He said, yes sir, they are all goldsmith. Mostly they are goldsmith. What do they do? Sir, they all work in Mumbai, Surat, Indore. What do you do for that community? Blank, no answer. Then I asked, can you do the Google search? Yes sir, I can do the Google search. So type catalog for gold ornaments. He typed. Immediately the long list of the pages have come out, 50, 60 pages. I asked them, Have you ever shown these things to your friends from Surat and Bombay and all when they come back on leave? No answer, blank. That shows that capacity. This is only one example. I have been visiting regularly the CSCs because we are doing on-course corrections. So I have visited, I think, tens of CSC in the country as a part of my job, in Odisha, in West Bengal, in Sikkim, in other places also, in Madhya Pradesh, in Mumbai. I have seen that there is a lack in the capacity of the people to go more into that. So that is one point I think I wanted, that capacity is not enhanced, that rural empowerment will not come. We must understand one thing. You don't have to underestimate the innovative power of the rural people. The example is from Kerala. When I had gone to Kerala Telecenters, I've seen enormous innovative power in that, those operators. They have actually taken out the services which we cannot think. Even sitting at Delhi and writing the manuals for the telecenters, we have not done that. They have done it. So I understand that you have to excite them for out-of-box thinking, so that they understand their own capacity. Because innovation is inherent to the village people. They have got a different way of thinking. So I believe that that has to be done. Last point I want to make before I just conclude. One is that one important point government is putting much importance is that financial inclusion. We have got big programs of Government of India like NREGA. Many times you must have heard it in this event. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Lot of money is being spent on that for 100 days compulsory job for every jobless person in the village. And we are trying to link the telecenter operators with that, their payments, their financial inclusion, because a procedure has been laid out now. All this money payment should be done as far as possible through banks. Obvious reason is to eliminate the middle people. Middleman again will try to take their teeth on this 100 days wages. So this is a financial inclusion. And as on today, I think 5% of the rural people in the country is having bank account. And when you are trying to get a great scheme, mostly for the rural, and you want to have a subsidiary rule that you have to make the payments through bank. So government has appreciated that this is one important area we must concentrate. We see a great role of the Common Services Center, telecenter operators to make this financial inclusion principle successful. There is another flagship scheme of identification ID, UID, Universal ID, National Population Register. So we are trying to find out the businesses for the operators so that they get more empowered to make that whole scheme viable. So financial inclusion, then other village level BPOs, these are the concentration of that. I think I will stop here because in course of the discussions from the audience, many questions can be raised and answered. Thank you.